Hello students, in this video I am going to start with the second unit, which is the marginal costing. So let us know first what is the marginal costing. Marginal costing is that when the company produces extra units than what it is normally producing, for that extra cost occurs. For that extra cost, what we can call it is as marginal costing. So here, whatever the amount of company wants to do the production, on that, suppose the company wants to produce more than that what normally it is producing. If it want to produce more than that, in that case the company has to spend some extra amount. That is called as what? The variable cost. So that extra cost can be called as what? The marginal costing. So here there are two techniques used in ascertaining the cost, which is, in that first one comes absorption costing and second one is the marginal costing. So what is the absorption costing? Absorption costing also can be known as a traditional costing. So in this, the costs are classified on the basis of its function. So like how many units it is going to produce, on that basis it is going to be identified. It's a principle whereby the fixed as well as variable cost are allocated to the cost units and the total overheads observed according to the activity done. So in this absorption cost, they are going to consider the both the things, fixed as well as the variable cost, to find out the cost of that particular product. So it is a practice under which cost, whether the fixed and the variable cost, are charged to proportion the process or the production. So in this case, in the absorption case, they are going to consider the both absorption. They are going to consider the both, which is the fixed cost and the variable cost. About fixed cost and the variable cost, we have studied in the flexible budget itself. Fixed cost are nothing but which are going to be fixed. Whatever the amount of units you might have produced, it will remain same. That cost remains same, it won't change. For example, it may be the rent, or if you purchase any of the machinery, once you are going to pay, and on that any amount, any units you can produce at the company. So that is called as what? The fixed cost. Variable cost means how you people, like how the company how the company increase or decreases the production. Based on that, the consumption of those products or the raw materials also the consumption of raw materials also increase or decrease. For that we can call it as what? The variable cost. So that, see, these both the things, variable cost as well as fixed cost, both are going to take into the consideration in case of the absorption costing. But in case of the marginal costing, it is a technique where it is going to be ascertained by the differentiating between the fixed cost and the variable cost. So here, the fixed cost and the variable cost of the marginal cost and of the effect of the profit on charge on the value of the at the time of the output. So when the output produces, at that time it is going to get to know what is the marginal cost. I will explain you with one example. So for example, suppose the company is going to produce, consider like a 200 units, right? Suppose the company is going to produce 200 units. To produce 200 units, the company is going to spend how much? 400 rupees it is going to spend. In that case, it is what the cost and it is a production it have been done. Suppose the company thought of producing 210 units. 200 at that time, suppose the company wants to produce 210 units, means in that case the cost increases, because suppose if it increased its production to the 10 units, in that case consider like the production cost will be 450. So when the company is producing 200 units, the cost was 200, but when the company is going to produce 210 units, in that case the cost is 450. So the difference between these two will be what? The 50 rupees. This 50 rupee itself can be called as what? The marginal costing. So this 50 rupee caused because of the variable cost. I hope you are understanding. Like Variable cost means whatever the raw materials they have been used. Consider to produce 200 consider to produce 200 units. The company have been used how much? The might be 350 units of raw materials, and worth rupees 50 is a fixed cost. But when the company is going to produce 210 units, the company might have used the 400 units of raw materials and the 50 rupees of fixed cost. So here the fixed cost remains same, but the variable cost difference here, the 450 and the 450, what it comes extra itself can be called as what? The marginal costing. So let us see what is the difference between the marginal costing and the absorption costing. So here in the absorption costing, decision making is the based on the profit. On the basis of the profit, decision will be done in case of the absorption costing, and in case of the marginal costing, based on the contribution, the company is going to make the decisions. And next one comes the cost data shows the profit from each product. So it is going to include fixed as well as variable both. So the cost data shows the profit from each and every unit, but here the cost data is presented to show only contribution from each product. Contribution is nothing but what we got extra, so that it is going to show, which is 50 rupees. Already I have given the example here that 50 rupees nothing but the contribution. And next one comes, it doesn't establish the relationship between the sales and the profit. So here there will be no relationship between the sales and the profit, but in case of the marginal costing, there will be a relation between the sale and the profit. So these are the difference between the absorption costing and the marginal costing. So when we are going to calculate the marginal costing with the various techniques, before that we have to ascertain the profit first. So why it is necessary to ascertain the profit means what is our common profit or the normal or the casual profit. First we should know about that, and then based on that how much extra profit the company have been earned, that we have to find out in the problem. So first we have to calculate what is the normal profit the company have been earned. For that we have to calculate the profit. So here it is a statement of marginal costing by which we can calculate the profit of the particular product. So here first one comes sales. We have to take the sales. In that sales we have to deduct the variable cost. So in the sales, if we deduct the variable cost, what we will get is contribution, what extra we have contributed, right? And then in the contribution again we have to less the fixed cost. So then we will get what? The profit. So this is the statement of the marginal costing, or it is the calculation of the profit. And next one comes the break-even analysis. Break-even analysis means, let us know what is the meaning of the break-even analysis, where the total cost equals to the total sales. Total sales, that can be called as what? The break-even analysis. So whatever the total cost incurred in the production of one unit, which will be equal to the selling price of that particular unit, such situation can be called as what? The break-even point we can call it as. So here it helps to determine the portable profit at any level of the activity. So how much profit we have earned, that we can understand by this way. And this is the analysis. This analysis also can be called as what? The cost volume profit analysis also we can call it as. So let us see what all the techniques are going to be used in the marginal costing. So the first thing what we are going to find out, what technique we are going to use is the PV ratio, which is first what we are going to calculate is the PV ratio, which is the profit volume ratio. So here in the profit volume ratio, it shows the relationship between the sale volume and the contribution. So here we are going to consider the two things, which is the contribution as well as sales. So to calculate the PV ratio, we got the formula like PV ratio equals to contribution divided by sales into 100. So here we will get the percentage. So next one comes, or else another formula is there, which is the PV ratio equals to change in the profit into 100 divided by the change in the sales, or change in the profit divided by change in the sales into 100. Here also we are going to calculate the percentage itself, which means PV ratio we are going to calculate with these formulas. But this formula will be used when in the problem when they have given the information about the two different years. In that case, this formula is supposed to be used, because we have mentioned here as what the change in the profit. Change in the profit means difference between the 2 years profit. Change in the sales means difference between the sales of 2 years. So that we have to consider this formula has to be used when they have given the 2 years data in the problem. And second technique comes the break-even analysis. So what is the break-even analysis means? It refers to the level of the activity at which there is no profit as well as there is no loss, which means whatever the production cost will be there, it will be equal to the sales cost. So this technique is going to helpful to the management to deciding the level of the activity, and it must engage for the making for the profit also. So in this break-even analysis, how the break-even point is going to find out means fixed cost divided by PV ratio. This is the one formula, or else instead of this formula you can use the another formula like the fixed cost into sales divided by contribution. Any of these two formula you can use to calculate the break-even sales for cost purpose. With these two formulas we are going to calculate what the cost, not on the unit. But to calculate the unit, there is another formula like the break-even sales equals to break-even sales equals to break-even sales divided by selling price per unit. So that we have to calculate whatever the percentage we have calculated by using these two formula, that we have to take here. Break-even sales, whatever we have calculated by using these two formulas, we have to take here divided by selling price per unit we have to take. So then we will get the break-even sales per unit. Remember, this formula will be used for to calculate the per unit, and these two formulas will be used for the purpose of what? To calculate the cost of break-even sales. And next one comes margin of the safety. So what is the margin of the safety means? It is it shows the difference between the actual sales and the break-even sales. This is this extent of the sales on which the company is going to generate the profit. So on that basis, the company is going to ascertain what profit it is going to get in a future. So here, to calculate the margin of safety, we have got the formula like margin of safety equals to total profit divided by PV ratio, or margin of the safety equals to total sales minus break-even sales. So any of the formula can be used to calculate the cost only. Remember these two formula, which is the total profit divided by PV ratio or total sales minus break-even sales. These two formulas can be used in case of the margin of safety only for the purpose of to find out the cost, not for the units. To calculate the unit also, there is another formula, which is margin of safety equals to total profit divided by contribution per unit. So with this formula we can calculate what the unit. To calculate the margin of safety of unit, again we have the another formula like margin of safety equals to total sales minus break-even sales. With these two formula we can calculate what the margin of safety. So these are the techniques we are going to use when we are going to calculate the marginal cost. So in the next video we will see the one problem.